This is Kevin Gilday and the Glasgow Cross. We're doing Pure Concrete, our new album, track by track. So, track number 10, After All This, Only Nothing, which is kind of, in some ways, became one of my favourite tracks that we've ever done, one of my favourite songs that I've ever been involved in. And it very much came out of nowhere, very much came out of like a really simple riff that you had that you were kind of playing in the studio, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I think there was a demo of it, but it was very bare, and it didn't, like a lot of these tracks we've talked about how it conjured up an image or a feeling, and this one didn't particularly. It was just, oh, that's a great riff, and there's something there, and there's something to be explored. And I'm really glad we did, because it ended up, that riff is the basis for what's actually a really big, dynamic closing track now.
Yeah, it's weird, and I think it's probably my favourite one on the album as well. And I can't quite work out if I really know why. I think part of the thing is that, I mean, tracks never work out totally as you expect, but they kind of work up to a point, even though some stuff might change. But that one really genuinely was. I think when we came out with that, the plan originally was to go to that little cottage studio and record the whole album. And I mean, how much did we record? I mean, maybe about 80% of it.
Yeah.
Like that. But that track was one of the big sort of things that that track just didn't go anywhere when we were in that studio.
No.
And so I think I remember the only things I recorded were that guitar riff, literally a few guitar chords I didn't know what I was going to do with, and then Shane doing some drums, and they almost just said, "Here's a click track, just play some drums."
Yeah.
So it's one of those kind of really odd ones, and I hadn't heard your melody for it. I hadn't heard anything, and it was just, I think towards the end it was just put down a few extra ideas so that you've got them recorded. It's to a click track, just take it away. And then, I don't even know what it was that kind of spurred us on to get it into the format it did, but I just do remember it was, all the other songs were kind of came together organically, is maybe not the right word, but it's kind of, there was definitely a thing that said, oh, this is what the song should now sound like. Once you got it to a certain stage, and then it's like kind of the train moves on until it gets to its destination. But this one was like just a total build, it was like build it in Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Completely piece it together, move verses around, move choruses around, move breaks around. It
definitely felt reverse engineered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like exactly what it was. I don't think that song was ever played from start to finish. Ever.
No, it was definitely a total studio track. And the title was already there, and I kind of, weirdly, I knew before this was the song, I was like, the closing track of the album is going to be called this. Do you know what I mean? I had this in my head, and I was like, it just feels right. It feels right for what I'm trying to say. Feels right for the journey that I want us to go on throughout the album. And the lyrics, we were kind of messing about. There's a demo of us doing, it's like a piano based piece, and those lyrics are over the piano based piece. And I always had it in my head, and it's quite, I can't remember what it's called now, quite fast though, and it's like do 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 do, and we kind of singing those same lyrics but in a different melody over this piano piece, and we never really went anywhere with that. It never really caught on at all. So there was this title there was some of these lyrics, and then again it was one of those things, it meshed together, and then meshed together with the music that you were creating, and just all came together into one thing that felt like one person had written it themselves, because it felt cohesive, but
Yeah,
actually it was all these different little Lego pieces that had all came together and been built up.
yeah, yeah. It's funny. I mean, I mean, that whole reverse engineering thing does not work very that often. I mean,
Mm-mm.
it can, I think it can end up sounding like a mishmash of stuff like so often, and
Yeah.
then things get abandoned. Yeah, that's one of the few occasions where, yeah, when I listen to it now, if something in the back of my mind says, "Oh yeah, you guys wrote that from start to finish," and
Yeah.
it was like the total. It's just like totally not the story at all. It was, you know, it's weird backwards journey to getting it done. But yeah, it's kind of funny, and again, I think there's something about the feeling of the song. It's kind of, for me anyway, it's got a kind of warm feeling, the guitars and the drums and everything, and so when I play it back now, it sounds cohesive and it sounds together.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess to a certain extent, there's a lot of kind of overdubs done here, and I guess, well, I don't even know if we did any in Kim 19, but there's a lot of overdubs done where once the sort of structure was in place, then you did it and you had something to build on. So it wasn't like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess the structure was all like reverse engineered.
Yeah, it wasn't totally plucked out of the air. Like, it was definitely the foundations of it was there, and specifically with that riff, which, it started with that, and then it kind of, that is the heartbeat of the song. That's the thing that kind of that goes throughout. It's one of my favorite musical moments in the album, is your kind of guitar. I was going to say a solo. It's not quite a solo, but there's a big kind of guitar part that comes in during this.
Oh yeah, I think that's it's using the EBO.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Always got to be a wee bit careful with the EBO that you don't start overusing everything. But it's like, because it's got a very like definite feel to it and a definite effect, and
mhm.
yeah, you don't want to get carried away overusing it, but that is a lovely studio toy to have, like, just to bring in, and just
Yeah.
got this like really, when you just know that it needed like one little instrumental break in it just to break up the
Mhm.
lyrics, and the EBO just gives you guitar, like, it's try to find the right sound, and got like a little army of synths in here that that sometimes work, but yeah, sometimes that EBO just gives this like really big, rich sound that you need
Yeah.
just to come in and go.
Definitely. And I feel like when it kicks in, it's so kind of, yeah, it's a big emotional musical moment. You know what I mean? It's like we've went through this journey from track 1 to track 10. We've felt a lot of raw emotions in the way. We've kind of jumped between some different textures, some different feelings, and here we are at the end, and it is all opening up in front of us, and we have this big, amazing, powerful guitar piece, and these vocals that just kind of go for it. And yeah, I think it's amazing that I'm so happy that in my head that this thing of we're going to end the album like this, and then it actually happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I can't remember how early on, because I'm pretty sure that I remember thinking, it's like, as soon as it started to get any structure, I remember thinking, oh, this should be the last
mhm.
album in the. But are you saying that you knew it was going to be the last album track in the album, even just from the lyrics and stuff?
Yeah, it was just a feeling. It was just a feeling that I had, and I think a lot about structure in terms of what the journey the audience is going on, and again, that's from writing scripts and writing plays and being very focused on that, and what's the act, and where do we go, and how does it end. And it just felt like it has to end here. Like, there couldn't be another track after that. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
wouldn't make sense. It needed to come to that place, and it needed to be that very definitive statement about, yeah, life is hard, but it's worth living, and if you don't live it to your fullest, you're going to regret it. And to say that, and to have that as the closing sentiment of an album, and to let your listener go away with that ringing in their ears, it's like, that felt special, that felt important.
Well, should we finish up on that positive sentiment then?
Yeah, definitely. So thank you everybody that's been watching our wee video series of breaking down the tracks in Pure Concrete. Now that you've heard them all, you can go and order the album on the Iffy Folk website or on Bandcamp. You can get it on digital, CD and vinyl, so whatever you want, you go get it. And yeah, so this is the last track. This is After All This, Only Nothing.
One day they'll monitor my heart on a screen. One day they'll pump my veins full of morphine. One day they'll list my achievements one by one. One day this planet will be swallowed up by the sun. And after all can.